Hey everybody, in today's video I'm going to review the NYX Intense Butter Glosses. Love these. Really happy with these products and the improvements that I see in these over the original butter glosses. For me, the original butter glosses were kind of a hit and miss product. It was very much shade by shade depending on whether I would like one or the other. These Intense Butter Glosses I think are something that the people who love a rich pigmented lip gloss will really enjoy. I think they're a tiny bit thicker than the original butter glosses. They still have that really like kind of sweet vanilla type scent. More pigmentation, I think more ease of application if you're looking for a really opaque look on the lips, and you don't have to go to as much work with these, with the exception of some particular shades which I'll get into. Also, I love the improvement they made to the doe foot applicator. It's a little more flat, and I think that allows for so much precision on the lips. I just pulled this out of the tube, and look at the edges. See how they're not loaded down with product on that flat edge right here? And that really allows you to lay that down on the side of your lip and get a nice precise edge. I would say don't count on these to be a really long wearing product. They're just not very sticky, and when you have a gloss that's not super sticky, you might think, well, that's a good thing, right? Well, I think sometimes a little bit of tackiness in a gloss can help it adhere to your lips a bit better. With these, they're not very sticky at all. I don't notice the pigment from these glosses like drifting up into lines around my lips or anything like that, but they can absolutely transfer off big time, you know, like onto your cup or whatever. The vast majority of these, I really like the color that's kind of left behind even once the gloss wears off. Even one of the darkest shades, I will show you that one blotted off, and it looks absolutely gorgeous in its full-on glossy mode or when it's lost some of the intensity. But basically, if you're one who likes a really nice pigmented gloss, you're gonna like these. I think you're gonna see these as an improvement over the original butter glosses. And I don't have every single shade that these come in, but NYX did send me a lot of them. One thing I want to point out first, I think the sweet spot for this line of glosses is the mid-tone colors, just in terms of ease of application. Inconsistencies in the way you applied them will show more with some of these lighter shades. It will also show more with the deepest, darkest shade that I'm going to show you, but everything else in the middle I find pretty easy to put on. But these favorites or not favorites that I'm going to mention first, probably a lot of personal preference here, just, you know, what kind of shades do you like? Three that I didn't really go for are kind of these light corally type shades. The first one is Sorbet. It's kind of like a very light warm pink. It's just a shade that I don't love seeing full on all over my lips. Also, Banana Split. People talk about peachy lip colors. Well, this is out and out peach. You know, it's not peachy pink, it's not peachy coral. I think if I'm gonna go orange, I like it a little bit deeper. And third is Napoleon. I find this to be kind of a warm pink but a little bit deeper than Sorbet. I do kind of like this shade. I just don't know that it's one I'll continue to wear a whole lot. Another shade that I like, but I'm not calling it a must-have simply because I have so much of this color in my collection, and it's the shade called Funnel Delight, a Barbie pink. It's really pretty. It's that kind of middle of the road, not too light, not too dark shade from this line, so I love the way it goes on. Now a shade that I'm kind of in the middle on, and I'll tell you why. It's the one called Black Cherry Tart. I Instagrammed this shade. It's super dark. I think it's beautiful. Beautiful to look at, beautiful to just like snap a picture of, but thinking in terms of the practical sense, like this would be a hard shade to wear out, you know? Wear out and about. If something on your lip line smudges out a little bit, like it's gonna show big time. So I think this is kind of a high maintenance lip product. I would say a matte lip product in this tone would be much easier to pull off because you would be less at risk of it getting messy. As you apply this color, if you fuss with it too much, it will start to look streaky, and also if you don't mess with it enough, you may not get an even application. Because if you've got any sheer patches of this shade on your lips, it will look less purpley and dark and a little more reddish. Aside from that one, several shades that are my favorites. I love Tres Leches. I think this is such a great nude for me. It's not too terribly light. It just looks perfect on its own. Nothing added. Shade you probably don't see me in a lot. It's the one that I've been wearing throughout the video. It's one called Chocolate Crepe. There is a little bit of like a rosiness glossiness happening in it. It's not like just flat, full-on brown, you know? Orangesicle, this was kind of what I was talking about when I said I like a deeper orange on me, as opposed to the really light peach, and I just think this is stunning. I think this looks even better in more of a natural light setting compared to the studio type lights I've got here. Another one I think is so great is the one called Spice Cake, because this one's got a little more purple in it than a lot of the berry ones that I have. It's very plummy. I do love the color variety in this line. I think there is a red as well. I don't have it. Also, a comparison I should make, I feel like nobody's talking about the NYX Mega Shine glosses anymore. I think there's some more intense colors in this line, but that texture has just a little more tackiness to it. Maybe a little better staying power, actually, a little more cling to the lips with those. But I'd love to hear what shades are your favorites out of this Intense Butter Gloss line, and thank you guys so much for watching. Bye!